All the Light We Cannot See. Season 1, Episode 2. The only season we're going to have of the show. Season all. Episode 2. I'm back. I'm still doing this. I originally jumped into this conversation because I thought, as a blind film critic, and I don't know, likely the only, or maybe one of only, I haven't found another one. So if there's another one like me out there, there aren't that many. That I should be making some sort of commentary on All the Light We Cannot See, and talking about that. So let's get into it. I don't really know what to say about this show right now. I mentioned last week in my review that it was a cliffhanger, and I was trying to give it. I'm somebody who does not binge watch because I believe writers have skill and they give me cliffhangers, and I should not be able to instantly gratify and rip through cliffhangers. Yes, it's fun, and I've done it before. Every once in a while, I watch a second episode or a third or whatever in the same day. I'm not going to say I've never binge watched before, but there's something really cool about actually sort of letting it sit and thinking about the cliffhanger. And yes, it was the least interesting cliffhanger they could have possibly come up with. I was like, oh no, they're going to kill off the blind lead at the end of the first episode? Oh, what? No, I never believed that. It's just a lot of this has to do with the fact when I saw directed by Sean Levy, I was like, well, there you go. You get what you pay for. So the second episode is mostly Werner oriented. We get to see him as a kid sort of grow, like he's in his orphanage, and a Nazi comes in and is very Nazi-esque towards him. And I'm sure every time I say that word, I get like I'm setting up some sort of like AI like warning, like there's a channel, they're using the word. It's like I don't know, I guess History Channels have a really hard time too then. I don't know if that's what he is. It's just, what do I come up with another word? Henceforth he shall be known as, because I do not want to be demonetized, he will be known as a hobbit. Like, ridiculous. So Werner has to go fix a radio, and it's just for this dude's wife too, for him to be able to listen. And I love how the series presents all Nazis like pompous assholes, you know? It's just like all of them are just like relentlessly and aggressively like the same personality type, to the point where they could have all been played by the same person because they were all playing them the exact same way. I'm not saying that that's inaccurate, but I just love that they were trying to contrast Werner so much that they just turned everybody into this sort of like, what do you do with that, say? You know, it's like, okay, calm yourself. Stop drinking so much Red Bull. And I still, I don't know how I feel about the narrative. It's such a weird narrative, and I know that Netflix slated All the Light We Cannot See thinking to themselves, nothing weird will be happening globally in early November. It's nothing weird that's going to be happening where people are going to be thinking about, you know, the Jewish population of the world. And so I'm having a really hard time getting behind the narrative that, like, I think they're trying to push on me, which is that, like, Werner is this, like, misunderstood Nazi. And I think I think this story is going to go in a direction where he's gonna end up romancing with the blind girl who's I don't know. What are we supposed? I don't know what to do with that. I don't know where we're going with that. But we see him going off to the thing where he learns how to be a code breaker, and he has a terrible experience there. He gets beaten, but then his like letters to home are perfectly normal. He's like, everyone here is nice. They're all very good. I love you. Thank you, sister. Like, he's being like savagely beaten. Like, okay. Yeah, I'm sure every letter anybody wrote during this time period, because they knew people were reading the mail, was just like, everything is amazing. Everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Yeah. So that's the Werner story. All preceded by the fact that we saw his commanding officer, who again is just doing the same pompous asshole thing that anybody else has done. I love that he's sitting there with like both guns. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Both guns in your hands. Do you not need one of them? You know, like, are you gonna aim at the same target? You're gonna like point them in and be like, look how cool I am. I saw a John Wayne movie. He didn't even see a John. Who's he even styling after at this point? Like, like, who did he watch where he was like, this is effective. This is an effective way of leading. Yeah, I wish this was better. I really do. As far on our blind front over with Marie, she did manage to find her way home without her white cane, so there's something. And she smacked the dude in the face with a rock. So she's a badass too. But we didn't spend as much time with Marie. We did get a little bit of flashback as she was being drowned, or as the power hungry wannabe Indiana Jones villain was attacking her. We got to see the clip, and I got to hear more of Mark Ruffalo's excellent accent. It's the absolute best accent anyone has ever done in the history of film and cinema. It defies everything. Where's he from? I don't know. What country is he from? Who knows? Nobody really knows. It's the Ruffalo country. He's from somewhere, but it's consistent. Nobody knows where he's from. Nobody could place that accent. It doesn't sound like anything. It doesn't sound like he's from anywhere, but it's consistent. And that's what I love about it. I'm like, where are you from? Where's this accent? So, yes, I think. And if they throw an Emmy at Mark Ruffalo, I'm going to be very upset. I love Mark Ruffalo, but this accent is killing me, bro. This accent is something else. And I love that, because Sean Levy is just incapable of directing, that he's just like, yes, Mark Ruffalo, you do what you do. You are one of the best actors around, and I will trust that whatever you're doing is something that critics will love, because you're a better actor than I am a director. Go forth, young man. But we just kind of see a little bit of the, a little bit more of the story, a little bit more of where pop it may or may not be, and how they got some stuff out as the war was starting. And she asks, as a kid, she asked some of the really difficult questions, like, Father, what's going on? Why don't the Germans like the Jews? And he's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, well, it's a very odd storytelling we're going with here, but let's go. Is it because they know everything? I'm like, all right. I don't know what to do with the show right now. I don't even know what to comment on with the show. Uh, our world is in a very weird place, and watching something like All the Light We Cannot See is it's very odd because it's in pieces, and I can't see how it ends. I kind of like regret doing it episodically, but episodically is how things hit you too. You watch an episode and you're like, wow, that episode. They chose to present it episodically instead of as a movie for a reason. So I should absorb it as a TV show and not a movie for a reason. And that's what I'm doing. I'm reviewing episodically because this is the way they wanted me to watch it. If they made a movie, I would have reviewed it like a movie from beginning to end. In the meantime, I have to sit here and go, good job on the Werner developments. I thought adding more depth to the Nazi character was exactly what this show needed. Thanks, guys. This is not weird at all. So, we'll see where this story goes. I didn't read the book, obviously, so... And I'm not like on Google like being like all the light we cannot see spoilers. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where this goes, but I have a feeling it's gonna go in a weird place, and I just hope it can justify it and get us out. And if it's gonna go for a heartwarming story where we all just sort of go, oh, he was a good guy that just got a raw deal. He just got sucked in with the bad people, you know. He didn't mean to be there. He shouldn't have been. He just the poor guy, you know. I mean, if they can sell that narrative in the next, I don't know, 2 episodes, and I don't know, fine. But right now, I'm just like, this is weird. You know what's great, though, that we are not talking enough about? They got James Newton Howard to write the score for this. The score is way better than we ever need for a limited series on Netflix. The score is amazing. James Newton Howard I think he thought he was writing a film when he wrote this, because I think he's sitting there, he's probably still at home like going, I'm going to be Oscar nominated this year for All the Light We Cannot See, and you know, his kids are like, Father, that's a limited series on Netflix. I don't know what that is, but it's going to get me an Oscar nomination. No, it's a limited series. It might get you an Emmy nomination. What is an Emmy? What is this Emmy you speak of? I want Oscars. I have no idea what James Newton Howard sounds like, but his music sounds incredible. I love the score. So, kudos to Howard. I picked up on that the first time, and I should have said something about it been a little bit more effusive towards the score, but it's popping. He wrote a fantastic score for this. So thank you to Mr. Howard for coming in clutch and making this feel like it's better than it is. I mean, his score feels like it's written for something truly grand and epic. And I don't know where this is right now. So there was no Hugh Laurie that I could find in this episode. So one of the 2 big stars was absent. Anyway, that's it. Audio description wise, it was fine. We didn't spend nearly as much time with Marie as we should have. Although our cliffhanger is with Marie. Is she found out? Did Werner really lead the Nazi general to her place, where he was told that he has to be the one to shoot her? Is that where we're? No, I don't think that's where we're going. But is that where we're going? Find out next time. But for now, All the Light We Cannot See, Season 1, Episode 2. I'm still gonna give it a B. Yeah. I just, maybe I'll come around by the finale and I'll be like, wow, they tied that up, and I should have given it more at the beginning, a little bit more grace. But for right now, I don't know. This is why directors are important. This is why hiring the right director for the right project is important. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll be back soon with a review of episode 3. Until then, I'll see you guys on the other side.